Hi, everybody. Yes, I didn't lose my mind. It's a change in the energy within the air. I put makeup on, so it's a little lighter than my body. But this message is to let everybody know just be good. I am a divine messenger, the divine, the sacred masculine, feminine, and we want to be honest. We don't want to sugarcoat what we should not, and we want to make sure the messages given are concise and straight to the point, not to sugarcoat. That people need to wake up and realize this is their life we're talking about. So, being that this is their life, we don't want untruths. We want the blatant honesty of what applies to the reality in what God has, what God has ordained and given the leisure of chosen ones by his doings to wake us up and be used by being groomed, by living and building up a momentum of goodness throughout our lives prior to judgment, that we were upright the entire time in good character, and that qualified us to be used and possessed, so to speak, by that divine power, almighty omnipotence of the creator that chose us. And so these messages are rather serious, not to be pushed aside with not wanting to hear it, with being pushed aside as God is not playing. I mean, like, if some of our transformations and hardships were trying, taxing, trials and tribulations means troublesome. So beings like me who give true testimony that, it was a basic training as I'm a soldier and militant officer of governance, I would never ever tell as consistent as I am in the signs of the times of the collective on social media as a means, as a tool to unify us during these times, as encouragements and testimonies of truth that is at the leisure of our doing with willpower, to put that online to support each other or to tell our truths about our stories. That why would anybody care? I mean, like, it's because it's what God wanted. And so that's the obvious, that our messages are not here to not believe in God, be atheists, and toy around with the ways of how some of us have been in God's creation to try to take over people's lives and usurp them for the purposes of selfish means. So this is this, right? Please don't attack others. It's going to backfire as it is right now, right? The environment is talking to everybody, the TVs, they have their own customized hell that they've earned. As you put whatever you put into life, you get it back. No one can be blamed for everybody's unique willpower that they chose, whatever they chose, and that's the facts. There's nobody that can be blamed. They can't blame God for free will, right? If you're an adult and you understand to make the only right choices for your own self, you can't blame that somebody influenced you and you fell for it. That would mean you made that decision to make that decision, and you cannot blame people who influence you to do wrong. You still make the last choice and have the last say in any and all that you've ever done with free will, and there comes a price with not abiding by the codes of conduct to kill off, as I said, 24,920 years is basically where it's an AM. So the orbit of Nibiru is the speed of light, so it's not detected. And so when we dock above here, we give Earth, heaven and earth, heavenly celestial bodies. So as Yanun taught, heaven is the blackness, that you have celestial bodies like suns, black holes, moons, planets, and suns are stars, and they are androgynous, right? Just like females are made up of a male, a father, and a mother, vice versa. Men are made up of a mother and father. We are all androgynous, and that's the science of nature. We both have both energies within us, some a little bit more stronger, as the male is more dominant as the male, and the female is obviously more dominant as a female. So when we don't think about science and we use religion and God can't be a man and all this, or a female, or God can't be a female, mainly down here that they say that women are in that regard higher than men, the way Dr. Malachi Z.K. York taught. And so we cannot dance around because we feel it's this and that. If you don't know God, you can't say anything about it. If he did not talk to you because you're chosen not, or you think you are chosen, there's no guesswork here. There's no shortcuts on the spiritual path. Once you have that knowledge about the Creator, and it's scientifically, fundamentally logical and practical to be understood and comprehended by children, I mean, like, that's how easy. We call it easy peasy. This is not rocket science. So once the facts are out, whoever earned their keep, they can't lash out because they're going to hell of all that they've ever done to kill off God omnipresently. So if I didn't wake up, right, Ebony Mavis Buckley talking, and that's the great mother, that my essence in here expanded, that my skin suit is just like a little tiny block that unlocked, and that's the original blackness that me, Ebony Mavis Buckley speaking is. No matter how many tones come up, my body is like a cell phone tower, a cell phone tower, right? And we are tired of the rhetoric, but my body is a cell phone omnipresent point of reference that taps into everybody. So I don't eavesdrop on people. I just pick up on their thoughts. And so people that want to be me, that they speak through me, I have to signify as in a third person when I speak, because they keep trying to usurp that they want to be me because I'm omnipresent. So Ebony being able to talk in the third person is a term that separates in the purpose of people not trying to usurp delusionally with psychosis that they said I had, that I'm fantastical and out my mind. No, I had the experience, so no one can't say, well, yeah, you are unique to me, you have your own life, and whatever you're saying is a lie. No, they can't say that. I would never blaspheme the power of God omnipresently, that I became God and he shared that omnipresent gift with me. Right, I was tested, tried, and proven. And so my gift, once was unlocked in here, my energetic signature is original. It's original to the darkness. So Ebony talking right here, no matter who is saying this with me, I told them they're cursed. Right, whoever it is, they're not supposed to speak with me. Right, they're not supposed to speak with me. Whenever they hear me talking about myself, they start stepping in. So their mouths move at the same time. So if it's anybody that's helping me, that's good. If it's not anybody that's helping me, right, they are cursed, right? Because I do not need assistance if I don't need it. But if it happens naturally and that tone comes up and they're good, then that's all right. But if that tone comes up and the person's trying to usurp me, then it becomes a problem, because that's what they've been consistently doing. So I can speak from experience. So Ebony speaking in the third person, just to signify all these tones coming up, is not the original speaking, her original body that woke up, right? Expanded from in here as the key to be the exact original of the blackness before any other creational being came into existence. This is me, Ebony, saying it. Nobody else possesses me. I'm not possessed with demons. I'm in my right mind. I'm not crazy. God only talks to the chosen because we're worthy and we are seasoned. And so, as experienced, right? We're ancient beings. And when I became online, that's when all of the influx of information as knowledge in the soul came to the vastness of my mind beyond my little vessel. So my little vessel, born to Philomena Aten, right? Born to Wilfred Alexander Buckley, my parents. Right. So, I didn't die. I received the crown of life. And whoever's talking with me right now is a hater. Right, they are a hater. I mean, they wanted to tighten my throat and all this stuff to make me not talk, because every time I say something, I have a goat mouth. So anyway, long story short, right, the energetic match in this vessel matches the energies everywhere. That's the truth. So we died a long time ago. A star holocaust, that your body is 98.6 degrees. That's as hot as the sun is on a hot day. So that's science. So that's why when the breath is cut off as oxygen, that keeps the gaseous sun lit, like macrocosmically, microcosmically in a little vessel, the body, when it's cut off and the skin suit shed, and we translate or transform to give up the ghost, they say, so to speak, or leave and shed this earth life, that we were having a earth physical more experience than a spiritual experience, then that's also in alignment with spiritual knowledge that everybody can attest for or give account to. So long story short, let me summarize this video. Ebony is the darkness. And Ebony's confident in speaking the way she did that video yesterday because Ebony made the Matrix. Right, because it's a governing system to allow grace of 120 earth years that I'm filling in all the spaces to or towards an understanding of higher spiritual heavenly knowledge not common on earth. So that surmises it right there. Online mind means I'm beyond my 45, going to be 46 next month, born September 16th, 1980, as a significant ancient being reincarnate. I'm a doctor, I'm a scientist, I'm a mastermind, right? A magician, a magi, I'm a high priestess, I'm an order giver, I'm a commander, I'm a general in my own military. ISIS, asset. 2, me and my husband, God. So yes, that's Baba Yanun. Right, Yanun, Yanun Tat. So this is not to be misconstrued. We are not Egyptians where emotions are gypped from us. The only power you have is your mind. So if that's not right, I'm not crazy with psychotic issues. I don't represent God being a liar, blasphemous. No, we don't do that. I cannot sin my soul just to act like I'm heavy and want to be important during this time of revelations with all the check-off lists of this is the signs of times. This was already prophesied in Revelation. So I'm not here to play games. I see the Matrix. I speak to everybody's soul. They can't hide even the mask of their face to try to pretend when I come around. They show in body language, in facial gestures, that they are displeased seeing me. So I can see them as drones in our Matrix system. So anybody that tried to be us in the movie Get Out, like I was saying to surmise this video, right, they wanted to wear our skin. That's why all these people in the industry were replaced. They can't do that no more. Every time 9 AMs came around, that was the grace of forever sentence in hell, as it says in Revelations. We gave 9 AMs, meaning 24,920 years. We have that technology. That's where the Matrix meeting, right, the conscious mind, machine and consciousness, they got that from us to try to tamper with it. The earth is not 2026. No, the earth is ancient. It's a great mother, a sentient being that houses lives just like atoms here. The further we go off the planet, you can't see any human beings on here. That's similar to the atoms and the cells of this being, our vessels, a microcosmic makeup of a unique being. So our little cells, not naked to the naked eye, right, that can't be seen, is similar to Mother Earth. So this is all simple science, but I'm just here to tell you all, right, please don't attempt at our lives. The anointer and her husband says, do not touch my high priests and priestesses or omnipresently. Don't kill anybody. If you will do that, even to contemplate the thought in 9D, 3 suns in the sky, that I'm not a liar, I see it. That's why it's so hot. If you're just not pure of heart, you're going to trip out. There's too much energy and people are spazzing out faster. So if whites are responsible for us not waking up, that's the reason. They want it to be us, and it's like an oxymoron knot that how could you hate somebody and then want to wear them and then enjoy it and then try to hate us more? That's why they got to go. So peace out, right? We're going to make sure siphoning and removing thoughts from us, they don't even see me when I'm outside. And I already tested it. Okay, have a blessed day, everybody.